The following program was paid for by Latino Cleveland.
This program was made possible by Global Cleveland, supporting the growth of Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community.
Este programa es hecho gracias a Global Cleveland, respaldando el crecimiento de la comunidad hispana en el noreste de Ohio.
Hola mi gente, and welcome back for another episode of Yo Soy Latino Cleveland, the only show dedicated to highlighting Northeast Ohio's Hispanic community. I'm Maya Rosario, your host, and I'm so excited you could join us today. Today we have a great show in store for you. I personally love that I have the privilege to bring great stories that are related to the Latino community. So today we will be checking in on the Caravaggio family again. The Ideal Home Healthcare is helping the family through a transition from moving in their elderly parent who has health needs. Ideal Home Health has Spanish-speaking nurses, so they make the transition much more comfortable for the father, Hector. And we will be visiting Gina Velazquez in our new telenovela, the miniseries called Así Vive Mejor. We will see Gina's progress through her choice to get plastic surgery. If you remember last week's episode, she was hesitant to tell her family. If you missed it, you can catch up on latinocleveland.com. So stick around to see what she decides. And later on in the show, we will be cooking things up in our Latin kitchen with Benny Sports Cafe, owned by Joe Micaldo, located in the heart of the Hispanic community. And in the spirit of Halloween, we have a professional face and body artist in studio to show us how to have fun with makeup this Halloween season. She will show us how to transform somebody into a zombie. But first, to get this thing started, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, we have Shacklett, the Executive Director of Susan G. Komen of Northeast Ohio. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
I'm so
Thanks
happy you could join us today.
Thank you.
Can you share with our audience about Breast Cancer Awareness Month?
Sure. So every October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's really a focused effort for us to raise awareness on breast cancer and getting screened and the importance of early detection.
Right. Share with our audience, because I asked you this question, exactly who is Susan G. Komen?
So Susie Komen was a young woman who was diagnosed with breast cancer in the mid-'80s. And unfortunately, she lost her life to the disease, and her older sister, Nancy Brinker, made a promise to her while she was in the hospital that she would see the end of breast cancer in her lifetime, and she started Susan G. Komen for the cure. So back in the mid-'80s, so long before people were talking about the disease, it wasn't in mainstream. Women kept it very hush-hush.
Wow, it gives me chills.
Yeah.
Can you share with our audience about breast cancer in the Latino community?
Sure. So we've recently released our community profile for all 22 counties of Northeast Ohio, which is our service area. And we found that Latino women and Latino men, because men do get breast cancer as well, and that a lot of folks don't know that, tend to have lesser incidence rates. So there are other ethnic groups that get breast cancer more often. However, what we see is that more Latinas are getting breast cancer much later in the disease process. Therefore, they may have an elevated mortality rate. So there's a couple of reasons why we believe that to be happening. And one is the fact that there could be barriers to accessing care. So whether it's a fear of entering a hospital institution because it's large and scary, the fear of hearing the words cancer, perhaps language barriers. Health literacy is always an issue in terms of just understanding what the doctors are talking to you about. I mean, that's an issue for everyone. So we're dealing with that now. We have a 4-year plan to try to address some of those issues in our community, but that's what we're seeing in the data that we're looking at now for 2015.
Before we go, I want to make sure, how can people get involved, or how can they get help or information or anything like that?
There's a number of ways to help out and get involved. So certainly we have a number of events throughout the year that folks can volunteer for, whether they are speaking events in the community or staffing a volunteer volunteer table for us, just to talk to people about getting a mammogram and making sure that they know about early detection and getting a mammogram once every year after the age of 40. Coming to events, coming to the Race for the Cure. We just had a Race for the Cure in Cleveland in September. It was a wonderful day to celebrate survivorship and raise money for our organization. So folks can always make a donation. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, that we have a number of campaigns going on in terms of showing people what gives them strength as they fight through their battle with cancer.
Well, thank you. Let me share this contact information, a phone number. You can call them and reach them at 216-292-2873. You can also check them out on the web at Komen, NE, Northeast, Ohio.org, or also they can email you at info@KomenNEOhio.org. Thank you so much for joining us, Sean. Okay, thank you. Okay, stay tuned, because when we return, we will have another episode of Así Vive Mejor, Gina's journey. I'm so excited to see what she decides, so stick around. Hi, my name is Gina Velazquez. I am 39 years old, a mother of two. I live on the west side of Cleveland, right in the heart, inner city. So I did have my initial visit with Dr. Corey. I'm excited. I'm able to obtain more than one surgery that I had. I was just more or less playing around with the thoughts of it. Prior to meeting Dr. Corey, I did not sit down with Edwin and say, hey hon, this is what I'm thinking of doing, and by the way, I have an appointment. I felt it was kind of best to go in with the questions that I have, not along with his questions or his concerns at that point.
Hi, my name is Dr. Corey. I'm the owner and founder of Corey Plastic Surgery. I explained to her in details what she needs to do to get herself prepared. She was worried about, how her kid's gonna, conceive about the fact that she's having this kind of surgery. But I explained to her, that, with an open communication between her and her kids, explaining how she feels about her body, they will understand.
With talking with Melanie about the surgery, now I'm more cautious. I want her to understand that, that yes, you do need to love who you are as a person and what God did make you as. But with life, as you get older, your body does change. So there might be a point in your life where you want to improve your body. Prior to surgery, I'm making a list. We had to prepare time off. I had to, my husband had to prepare time off to help me at least that first week of surgery. We kind of discussed meals, something light, not too in detailed. We also had to prepare who's going to take our daughter to school and who's going to pick her up.
It depends about what procedure they have to go through. The period between the initial consultation or the second consultation and the procedure depends on the preps that we have to do. For example, if somebody's going to do an abdominoplasty and they're, a little bit overweight, maybe they need to lose some weight, and they need to develop a little bit of more healthy habits, and tune themselves before a procedure like that. People who, smoke occasionally, we would like to wait at least 6 weeks when they're completely smoke-free before we do cosmetic procedures. People who need to look very dehydrated and need to rehydrate their tissue before they undergo a surgical procedure, we'll give them, a consultation about how to maintain their hydration level. So it depends about what kind of procedure. Usually, typically, the wait between the consultation and the surgery to prep the patient, physically and socially to get their, situation at home addressed, get some help. Some people, get their parent to come from out of town to help them with their kids, post-op in the immediate post-operative period.
I have not yet picked out the outfit to wear for after surgery, but I do have things in mind. I do have, everyone likes skinny jeans. Mine are to be able to look in the mirror and not see that pouch, to stand up and see a nice lean, toned. My surgery will be next week, so right now I am emotions of a roller coaster. I'm excited, I'm looking forward to my outcome, I'm still looking on the internet, looking at other patients' surgeries and how well did they heal, what was their experience like, as well as I am nervous while being in surgery, and I'm nervous of the time for recovery. Well, Gina made her decision, so let's see how she feels when she gets closer to the moment. Come back next week and find out. You can also catch up with Gina's journey on latinocleveland.com. So stay tuned, because we are having some ghoulish Halloween fun. We are going to have a special surprise for you, so stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back to Just Soy Latino Cleveland. Halloween is just a week away, and we got to keep up with some amazing makeup tutorials, and let's just learn from CJ how to get this thing done. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. So CJ, what are you doing?
Right now I'm just painting young Cameron here. We're gonna do one of my more popular faces, since shows like Walking Dead and iZombie are popular now.
Yeah.
Zombies are all the rage.
Yeah.
For the past couple of years, and so I get a lot of requests for zombies. So we're just going to do a really quick zombie mouth for Cameron, so he can have something to wow his friends.
Nice. So CJ, how long have you been doing this?
I've actually been doing this for 10 years. I started out painting for my son's preschool about 15 years ago, and I just discovered that I really like this, and I pursued better products because I didn't like any of the products that I was given to use for my son, and that just opened up a whole world for me. There's a whole face and body art world that I don't think a lot of people know about.
Okay. I mean, so you talk about products. I mean, can you share with us like some of the safety things? I mean, what's the difference between your products or?
Well, my motto is, if you don't buy your children in craft stores, then you shouldn't buy the products that you put on their skins in craft stores. What I use are FDA compliant face and body art makeup, and it's water-based, which means you can wash it right off. And it's, for the most part, what I use is manufactured here.
Yeah. Do you mean in the United States?
In the United States or in the United Kingdom. There are products that you can buy that actually carry a toy safe rating, so you could actually pick up some of that at your local craft store, and you could practice at home, and it's a lot safer than some of the things that they're putting on the shelves in Halloween stores this season.
Yeah.
It's all about safety.
Right, absolutely.
Because you want these memories, you want them to be good memories.
Right, absolutely.
And you don't want, skin rashes and things like that to mar any memories that you might have.
Right. This actually looks a lot easier than I would have thought.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Yeah. So what are the services that you provide as a makeup artist?
I provide face and body art. So that's face painting, temporary glitter tattoos, body painting, obviously not for children.
Yeah.
And airbrush tattoos.
Nice.
I mean, there's several things that I offer.
So who's like a typical client for you?
I have a lot of corporate clients, but my primary demographic would be, birthday parents.
Oh, birthday parties, right.
Birthday parties, corporate events. I've done fashion shows, because fashion is a little edgy, and I'm definitely what you would consider to be a little edgy.
So you specialize in a little bit. That's really cool. You splattered some blood on you. So how do you feel, Cameron?
Close your eyes. Close your eyes.
Are you gonna wear this to school? No. Freak out your friends. So Halloween. So do people book you a lot for Halloween? I mean, what is it that you do specifically for the Halloween season?
For the Halloween season, I used to actually open up my home and do private bookings, and it was primarily for body painting, and I would spend all day painting. Now, I have a lot more corporate clients who just book me all throughout the weekend to do their various events that they're sponsoring for the public.
Right. Yeah, I think you had mentioned like with the birthday parties, and you also you can do all the different makeups like they can book you for one big party, maybe for Halloween?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You can book me for Halloween. I don't do one-offs
Yeah.
anymore, just because it's a little time consuming and it's a little, you don't know who's coming to your house.
Right.
But yeah.
So look at Cameron. You look pretty scary. Let me share your contact information. You can reach CJ at cjsfaceandbodyart.com. You can also reach her at 440-670-8156, or you can also email her at Jeanette@cjsfaceandbodyart.com. CJ, thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
And Cameron, thank you for coming.
Yep.
They look great. Well, this is just amazing. Now I'm inspired to get into a Halloween costume myself. So stick around. When we return, we will have our newest episode of Ideal Home Healthcare's mini-series featuring a local family, the Caraballos, with their real life story. So stay tuned, we'll be right back. Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. We have been following the Caraballo family, Hector and his daughter Lillian, as they navigate this new chapter of their lives. Lillian brought her father, Hector, home with her to care for him herself after a life-altering emergency. She's had many questions and new routines to learn after taking the responsibility of caring for her dad herself. Luckily, Idea Home Healthcare has been there to help her every step of the way. Let's check out how the family is doing this week, and after that, stick around because after the short break, we are going to be joining Benny's Sports Cafe in the kitchen for one of my favorite dishes. So stay tuned.
Hi, my name is Lene Cintron. I'm a registered nurse for Ideal Home Healthcare, and I'm part of their bilingual program. We originally started seeing Mr. Caraballo around June when he was admitted into Metro Health Hospital. Upon his discharge from Metro Hospital, he was referred to Ideal Home Healthcare. One of the biggest assets, I would say, is our bilingual program, being that we have a large Hispanic community in Cleveland, and they have needs that need to be addressed, but there being a language barrier, sometimes it's very difficult, especially in the health setting, because they don't understand exactly what's going on. It's not just the language, it's more understanding their culture. As Hispanics, we have a specific type of diet we follow. We have our family atmosphere might be a little bit different. Breaking that barrier, not only in the language aspect, but as well as the culture aspects, brings everything together as far as providing a better healthcare setting for them.
Welcome back to Yo Soy Latino Cleveland. I'm excited to be here with Joe Mercado, the owner of Benny's Sports Cafe. How are you?
Doing well. How are you doing?
Good. So who'd you bring with you, Benny?
I brought Nitzaida Ruiz. She's our chef, and I brought also our manager, Martin Solano.
Hi, welcome.
Gracias.
So I am so blown away by this spread. I thought you were a sports bar.
Yes, we are a sports bar, but one thing that distinguishes us is we specialize in Latino food.
Right. Share with our audience what you brought here with you today.
Our chef Nitzaida, she does a great job of preparing many things, and one of the things that we're most known for would be our empanadas. One of the reasons that people love our empanadas is because of the way she prepares it with the specific Spanish spices and so forth. But for people who are not just coming in to snack, they typically will focus on our rice and beans con chuleta and totones, or one of our mofongo dishes. One of our mofongo dishes, if you'll notice, has seafood on it, and other ones would have things like chicken, and we also have one with pork.
Now, what's inside? What's this?
This one right here is our seafood mofongo. Our seafood mofongo is comprised of, it's a salada, a mofongo de salada, which is a salad mofongo. The mofongo is basically a plantain-based dish with the specific ingredients we would use, which we have over here on this side, our onions, our green peppers, red peppers, garlic, and once again, our secret spices.
I think you mentioned that there's octopus
Yes.
in there?
Yes.
Oh,
There's
my goodness.
octopus, which we pronounce octopus as pulpo.
Well, pulpo, there.
Yeah.
And so, what is this right here?
This one, no quiere picar? This one is our mofongo with chicken. This one is our mofongo with just shrimp. And Basically, you can see our other spread here.
Now, so one of the things you mentioned is that you are a sports bar. So
Yes.
can you share with our audience what will they find when they come to Benny's?
Well, one of the things that we're very appreciative of is when people come in, they're definitely surprised by the atmosphere in general. It took 5 years to perform all the renovations, and when they come in, they're greeted to 16 TVs spread throughout the entire building. It's definitely deceiving from the outside. Once a person enters, they'll definitely be treated to a nice treat. But once they get an opportunity to taste their food, they're even treated to a better treat.
Yeah, I've actually been able to visit, and the service is just absolutely incredible, right?
Yes.
So you also do some other forms of entertainment, right?
Yes,
At
matter of
Benny's?
fact, one of the things that we're known for is on Tuesdays we have our karaoke, but throughout the week we end up transitioning on Friday and Saturdays into a nightclub scene, and we have really great DJs from throughout Cleveland playing in our establishment.
All Latino.
Latino, yes.
Right.
We're
Well,
Latino. Yes.
This is incredible. Like I said, I've never seen a sports bar actually serve this type of Latino food, and I'm just in awe about it.
That's what separates us from everyone else.
And that you're Latino owned
Yes.
and operated.
Yes.
So let me share with your audience how they can reach you. I think you mentioned you're right across the street from Second.
Yes, this is one of the things that we're very appreciative of as well. We're located directly adjacent to the 2nd District Police Station at 3463 Fulton Road.
Okay.
Our website is www.bennysbar.net, and we actually call ourselves one of the safest bars/restaurant in Cleveland.
Oh, definitely. You guys have to check it out. It's incredible. Stick around. We'll be right back after this short break. Thank you. What a great show today. I'm still impressed that Benny's Cafe has food and 16 TVs. I'm definitely going. So make sure you tune in next week. We're here every Friday at 12:30. And if you want to catch up on our previous episodes, you can log on to latinocleveland.com. Till then, mi gente, I will see you. Live well.